And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Pentacles. And, excuse me, the Eight of Pentacles is about industry, hard work, labor, really shining in whatever your area is, your profession. This is a labor card. It's work, it's career, labor, industry, success at your job. This is kind of the overall one-shot examination of what's going on, essentially, one photo frame of that. This just shows that this shows that you guys have been hard at work, perfecting your skills. You have the skill set. This is about mastery, and this is about productivity in the height of your professional ability. Now, this card here is the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. This card, I'm feeling like this represents a lot of you Capricorns here. The Queen of Pentacles, and you see she's got her trusty companion here with her. There's a lot of fruit, not necessarily literally, but, the trees are bearing fruit, the blossoms, the rose bushes. But she's somebody who is very grounded, very stable. She's a person who knows how to take care of the material realm, right? Possibly a wife or mother, although the gender is not necessarily specific in these readings. They're more metaphorical than literal. But this has to do with a person who is stable and secure, financially sound. The fact that she's a queen can indicate also that she's more of a manager, a business owner, but somebody who's skilled at her craft. And when we tie this back to the Eight of Pentacles over here, it's clear that this is somebody who's really good at it, and she is making her money right now, right? We also see the sense of responsibility, though. She may be becoming overburdened, as we see in the Ten of Wands here. This person is heading back towards their castle, and they're crossing kind of a rough stream. I wouldn't want to be walking through that myself, getting my feet wet and slipping on rocks and things in the water. But you see, carrying this burden right here, these sticks grow very, very heavy on this person's back. This is taken with the Queen of Pentacles. This is about working very hard and feeling the weight of your responsibilities, possibly needing a break from it all. Now, our next card is the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. In the upright, it's about love, new love coming in, offerings of love, the beginning of things that bring us joy. But this is in the reverse position, right? Ace of Wands reminds us of the importance, too, of self-care. Now, if you're overburdened and feeling your responsibilities in a very heavy way, this could be about draining yourself of precious resources that you need to get it done. Be very careful that you always want to nurture your own needs first, because only then can you really be that sound, stable individual that others can rely on and come to for help or assistance when needed. If you've drained yourself dry and you have nothing left to give, you have nothing left to give to anyone else either. So it's always a good idea to take time for yourself. Be sure to rest, even though you're working very hard, as we saw in the Eight of Pentacles. This gal here is sitting and enjoying what she has earned. Be sure that you're taking yourself off your feet, too, once in a while. Okay. This card here, we see the Two of Swords. And in the upright, the Two of Swords is someone who is struggling with a decision, and they're not able to see their options clearly or their best choice clearly. You can see this because the individual is blindfolded here and can't see a whole lot of what's going on around her. Also, the fact that the water is still is not calming. It's a mirror for the sky, so we don't really see the depth of anything. It's really kind of a double blindedness that's happening in the scene here. It's really, really hard to gauge what's going on underneath the surface or to get any clarity in this entire picture. But coming out of that energy, the way this is in the reverse position, this has to do with making a decision. But We have also the Chariot in the reverse. In the upright, the Chariot is about bringing the emotions and the logic, kind of the yin yang of these horses here, bringing them together for a commonality of purpose, singularity of purpose, making that choice. Fast moving energy, or it could represent a Cancer person, right? But in the reverse position, we see a decision being made, but it still is keeping you in a sense of a lack of balance or stagnation in spite of your choice. It's almost like you had to make a choice between a crap sandwich and a sandwich with crap in it. And, sorry, that was the first thing that came to mind. Albeit I'm ridiculous. It's whatever. But, so there may be some of this coming to play as well. Now, third card, we have the Queen of Wands. This could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius person. Typically, it's a person who can manifest their desires, right? They're somebody that moves forward in action to make things happen. They have a lot of passion, a lot of fiery intensity with that. In the reverse position, however, this could be, a cheater, a player, maybe somebody who is stalled or stagnant in your life. Could be you feeling a sense of stagnation or a sense of a loss or lack of passion. Or it could be the kinds of passion that are out of control. And that could be why we're seeing that you're struggling to find a balance in that. So take this as it resonates, because it is a general reading, and this could mean a bunch of things for different people. Could be you are lacking your lust for life in a sense, because of your overburdened responsibilities. Then again, it could be that you're feeling out of control in some other kind of an area of your life, or maybe your passions are taking over you a little bit, and that you need to take it easy. If you're single, maybe you're playing the field too much. Maybe you're drinking or exploiting your passions a little bit too much, or your physical nature, or, whatever that is. Be sure that you always maintain this stability and groundedness, whatever you do. You can have fun, but, don't add responsibility and burden to yourself because you are, maybe taking it to another level, that's not healthy for you. This is the Two of Pentacles here. This is in the reverse, right, in this reading. So in the upright, this is someone who's able to juggle either opposing ideas or what have you, but is really able to kind of do a lot at once, multitasking. Now we see this is getting out of control, though. The person's losing the ability to juggle. They're dropping the ball, so to speak, and they're kind of coming out of that. Again, this kind of ties in with this feeling of overwhelm that's coming with the responsibility. And a lot of you are really struggling with that. There's just, you've got too much to do. I don't know if there's a way you can delegate some of your responsibilities to somebody else. In fact, this card here has to do with that. Not so much delegation, but partnership in a business capacity. Again, this is somebody who's burning the midnight oil down. This is an earlier phase of development where there's still some research going on, whereas this person already knows they're out of the book and they're into the actual manufacturing process or the doing, the busy work, whatever that is. This person's still reading and studying. But both of them are burning down the candles, even as it's growing darker outside. This Three of Pentacles can indicate a partnership between one or two or three not a partnership of one, but one person who gets together with another or a third even to address industry, business ideas, right? Working together in a harmonious way. Is there some other individual, again, that you can delegate to, or is there something that you can do to reduce your sense of responsibilities? Is there a more enhanced and organized way that you can bring all of this conflict to a reasonable, peaceable, and harmonious forward motion when you are stagnant in your duality, I guess, or your, that's not the word I'm looking for. But anyway, moving on. Now, we have the Page of Swords in the reverse. In the upright, the Page of Swords is somebody, this can be about truth coming in. This can be about insight, awareness, intellect. It could be a young person who's very intelligent. Maybe they're a little rough with their speech sometimes, too blunt. But in the reverse like that, this can indicate that someone's spying on you, maybe through your social media, or they're doing something. If you are single, when we look at these together, it could be that possibly there's some negative communication going on about you. Possibly you were trying to get together with somebody who is a unstable or unbalanced Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or somebody in a player type energy. And that's why this Ace of Cups is not filling you up, but it's draining you. So if you are that person who's going through that, be wary of this Queen of Wands energy. Because she may look great, but she's in the reverse position, which means that she's out of balance in her own life or his life, be that as it applies. And just be careful that you're not taking on or creating more situations for yourself that just make your life harder and more full of responsibilities and burdens that are tough to take care of. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and pull a Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. These cards are absolutely beautiful. And my roommate just came back from Phoenix, or not Phoenix, but from Arizona, Sedona actually. And you can see these Oracle cards. They're really, really beautiful. And I've never worked with them before, but they had some great guidance on there. And I think these might be of help to people as they're trying to figure out their next steps. And what might be some advice for the sign of Capricorn? Oof. We got more than that. I'm sorry. I have to put these back because I can't take all of those. There were like 4 that came out. So they are kind of stiff cards because this is the first time I've ever even shuffled them. So they're fresh out of the box. Let me see if we get another one to come out here. Sorry about that. If Spirit would please guide us to help our Capricorn friends for October 1st through the 15th. Some guidance, assistance, help. This card wanted to come. Okay. Distant thunder. Clear the air. Ooh. Clear the air. Okay. The card meaning is dramatic purification, renewal, and healing are occurring on many levels. Don't be concerned if there is chaos in your life. In this instance, it is good. It is shaking things up so you don't become stagnant. If your auric field or your personal space is cluttered, it's difficult for exciting new experiences and opportunities to come into your life. It's time to clear out clutter. Release the old, discarded, and unused. Clear the air and release situations and people who don't empower you. Purify the dross out of your life. In order for renewal to occur, the old needs to make way for the new. The Sacred Traveler, excuse me, I had to turn the page here. Sacred Traveler wants you to know, on the distant horizon, a storm is brewing. Great shards of lightning are thunderbolting to the earth from the heavens. It can feel chaotic, but it heralds time of renewal. The thunderstorm clears the dust out of the air and re-energizes the earth. Be open to change. It's all good, even if you don't seem to like it. New energy is flooding your energy field. Examine your life and see if there is anything that needs to be cleared, renewed, or released. Now is the time. Renewal and even rebirth is at hand. Ooh, thank you so much for joining me, Capricorn.